Hey guys, I'm just really excited to bring you something that just means kind of a lot to me. I didn't start playing Magic until a couple years ago. This event deck was one of the first things that really kind of got me interested into Magic after being away from a couple card games for a while. I didn't start playing Magic. I actually had heard about it long time ago when I was collecting Star Wars CCG at the comic book shop that I went to, and all the guys were like, "Oh, it's not a fun game. Play Magic." And maybe I should have listened to them. Maybe I still had fun with Star Wars. But I wanted to do a little bit of a unboxing of just one of my favorite decks. I ended up was with a group, or hanging out with a group of guys in Germany where I was living at the time, and what was it? I think it was a Grand Prix. They were going to a Grand Prix in Germany, and so I decided, kind of off the whim, a couple days before, to go with my buddy and take kind of a deck that was based off this. Again, I had only been playing for a couple months, so I didn't really have anything. So I got this, I added a couple things, and so wanted to just get it again, still have the pieces different places, but kind of found it cheap on the internet, and so wanted to open it up, unbox it, and then maybe if you have any ideas, you've seen something that you would add as kind of a modern deck. I would love to kind of just have a modern Blink deck, and so I've got a couple ideas of what to add in, but your ideas are probably a little bit better, so I'd love to appreciate, or I'd really appreciate the input. So let me just open this up real quick. At the time when I got it the first time, it was pretty, not expensive, but it was really worth the value because you got Thragtusk, and Thragtusk was worth something back then. Now it's only a couple bucks. So kind of nice sleeve. These boxes they're all right. Once you get the card sleeve, they're not that awesome. Cool little red dice there. Sideboard, little insert. These little inserts are just kind of repeat performance. That's the name of the deck. That's right. Just kind of some information on it. We'll go ahead and open it up. Interesting, kind of. You see how bent that is? Maybe it's been sitting in the sun or something too long. All right, so there we go. All right, I'll get there. I can see it. Alright, we'll try a different route. There we go. Maybe not. Alright, well, I'll open it up and cut to the screen. Alright, so just got the plastic off, took a little bit, so let's go through a couple of the cards here. So, 2 Arbor Elves, let's see, 4 Avacyn Pilgrims, and 4 Lorwyn Elves, 2 Elvish Visionaries. Awesome card, just getting you another card when it comes into play. Borderland Ranger. So maybe if you're new to Magic or don't know, I guess haven't heard much about this deck. So the whole idea is that when it comes into play, something happens. So these kind of are mana dorks. Elvish Visionary gets you, draws a card when it enters the battlefield. Borderland Raider enters the battlefield, and you may search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand. If you do, shuffle your library. Attendant Knight, that gets you, it has first strike, and it gets you a 1/1 Knight Soldier. Blade Splicer, it's a great card. When it enters the battlefield, you get a 3/3 colorless. So that's, obviously, if you compare the two, and then Golem creatures you control have first strike. So it's just a 1/1 compared to the Attendant Knight, but a lot better to have a 3/3 come in than just 1/1. Wow, that's an interesting. The Beast Tracker enters the battlefield. Search your library for a creature with a Death Touch, Hexproof, Reach, or Trample. Reveal it, shuffle it, and put it on the top of your library. Fiend Hunter, kind of Banesayer Priest, enters the battlefield. Exile your target creature. When it leaves the battlefield, return the target creature. This right now is still currently in standard, or has been reprinted from M13. Roaring Primodox, beginning of your upkeep. Return a creature you control to the owner's hand. So these 4 automatically I would probably take out and put in Restoration Angels if I could, or I will eventually. So not bad, but that's kind of the whole system. Is it returns you to the hand, you play it again every turn. And so, man, yeah, you really look at that. I'm a little bummed about that. So Stone Horde Dignitary. When he enters the battlefield, target opponent skips his or her next combat phase. Not bad. Glimmerpost Stag has vigilance when it enters the battlefield, exile and return. So that's kind of exactly what Restoration Angel is, and I'll show you a couple of Restoration Angels. Stinger Fling Spider. He's a 2/5. He has reach when he enters the battlefield. You may destroy target creature with flying. It's not bad. Thragtusk. Pay 5 when he enters the battlefield. You gain 5 life. When Thragtusk leaves the battlefield, put through a 3/3 beast creature token on the battlefield. Awesome card. Just really great. Acidic Slime was a ton of fun. Probably one of the cards that I really like playing the most at the GQ. Just because you can kind of get rid of some lands and it slowed some people down and sometimes got you in. I didn't do that well that time just because I had to read German cards, which I don't know German very well, and wasn't playing for very long, but it was a ton of fun. So he has Death Touch when he enters the battlefield. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. Geist Honored Monk. He comes in. He has Vigilance. His power and toughness are equal to the creatures you control. When he enters the battlefield, you put 2 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying on the battlefield. Brutalizer Exarch. He's a 3/3. When he enters the battlefield, choose one, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, then shuffle your library, put that card on the top of your library, top of it, or put target creature permanent on the bottom of its owner's library. Fun card, kind of expensive, but Sunblast Angel, flying. Sunblast Angel enters the battlefield, destroy all tap creatures, so that's awesome. And then 2 Razor Verge Thickets. When it enters the battlefield, tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands. Not bad dual lands. They're decent. Some plains and some forest. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Lead the Stampede. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of your creature cards from among them and put the revealed cards into your hand. Sorry about that. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in any order, and then a green Sun Zenith. Search your library for a green creature card with converted cost of X or less. Put that onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Shuffle a green Sun Zenith into the owner's library. So this is actually currently banned in Modern, but we'll set that over there. Still kind of a fun card to use. And then the sideboard has a couple cards that are pretty sweet. So Cloud Shift, I ran these exile target creature you control and return it to the battlefield under your control, and it's an instant. So what was great about it was I would say play. Let's see, what was I playing at the time? Maybe like an Elvish Visionary, or it wasn't Blade Splicer because at the time that was out of rotation, or an Attendant Knight. So it'd swing. Maybe he would block or try and kill it, and then you Cloud Shift it, it exiles it, returns it, and you get an additional creature. Or Thragtusk was a huge one on turn. Wait till turn 6 to play Thragtusk, because a lot of times somebody would hold a destroy target creature or something to get rid of those. Thragtusk would enter the battlefield on turn 6. They would try and kill it, and then I would Cloud Shift it back in, which would allow it to gain another 5 life, so that's 10 life in one turn, and I end up with a 5/3 and a 3/3 token, so not bad at all. So it's Cloud Shift. War of Priest of Thune, so it enters the battlefield, destroy target target enchantment. Oblivion Ring, 4 Oblivion Rings, great card. Enters the battlefield, exile another target non-land permanent. When it leaves the battlefield, return. Dismember, target creature gets -5 until end of turn. It's one colorless, and I can't remember what they're called, but you can either pay 2 life for 1 or a swamp. So since obviously there's no swamps in these decks, you would pay 4 life to basically get rid of a creature. And then Kimba Skyguard. When Kimba Skyguard enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. Yeah, so that is kind of just a basic event deck. Pretty cool. I really like the event decks. They're not always the best. Maybe there's some better decks out there for less, but I always like what people come up with, kind of their deck ideas, and I love getting pre-made decks and then working off of that. So this one really meant something to me. I'll probably keep it around, try and work it into a modern deck. What I used to play was a lot of Arbor Elves, Avacyn, Pilgrims, and the best thing I had, I think it was with an elf that you could tap it for 3 mana only if you spent that on a creature. And so I was able to turn 1 get an Arbor Elf out, turn 2 get that out, and then turn 3 get a Armada Worm. And my opponent just kind of like quit at that point. Now after that, he sideboarded in a couple things and definitely took care of me. But that it was still a great deck, a lot of fun, and so really kind of cool. So yeah, if you have any ideas for what you think would be good to add to this for a modern deck, feel free to comment below. As well, just let me know kind of what you got, or what got you into Magic. Was it kind of something like this? Was it a buddy? Was it Magic Online? Something like that. Love to kind of hear your story. It's a little bit about me. Hope you enjoyed listening, and I'll try and bring a couple more of these unboxings or different videos along the way. I'm not expecting to make a living, just trying to add to the Magic community, because I really appreciate it and I have a lot of fun. So, all right, thanks.